Hello there. This is Tim. I'm back for another movie review. I'm doing three today: Godzilla, the new Captain America, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 2. I saw all three of these today, and I was really eager to see this one. I saw it a bit late because I wanted to see a bunch at the same time. So the original I loved, and so in this movie review or first impressions video, I'm going to get into some spoiler stuff, some big spoiler stuff, and I'm going to get into some of what makes the original so great, and the original being the first movie in the series, and what I loved about this movie, and some of the things that I was hoping to see more of. So let's get into it. So if you haven't seen the movie, I'd urge you not to watch this movie review first, this impressions video, because I'm going to spoil some stuff. I will tell you before getting into the stuff, I love this movie. Really did pull on the heartstrings quite a bit, and really did do everything I thought it would do, and really thought it was phenomenally well executed. So go watch it, and then watch this movie review impressions video. So let's get into it. The first movie, what really sold me on this new franchise of Spider-Man was the instant chemistry that you could feel between Emma Stone's character and Spider-Man's character, which the actor being it's going to come to me, but anyways, Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker. That chemistry between those two actors and actresses, or whatever you want to call it, actors, really did sell it for me. It was genuine. It felt real. It felt, it felt, it just, when you watch that on the screen, you felt like, wow, that's something, that's a cool chemistry that, that's really what sold the movie for me. I didn't care so much for the lizard in the first movie and that kind of stuff, but what sold it for me was that chemistry, that relationship, and that's what sold that movie for me so well. Now, the second movie, it's not first love at this point. It's, a bit more mature, and a bit long, that relationship's been going on longer. So there was less of that, and I understood why there was less of it, and I just kind of missed the old, he's in school, and they had that relationship, that kind of chemistry. So I hope that makes sense, that, the chemistry is what makes the first movie so well. And this movie had some of that chemistry. There were some great, fantastic moments between those two characters, but not as many in the first movie. So from that angle, it's not as up to it as the first movie, but in every other way, it's so much better. So this second movie, was a more mature film. It was a more mature story, and it brought up, things that I knew were going to be happening eventually, because I'm familiar enough with the comic books to know what happens to Gwen. I just didn't know when that would happen in this film series. And it is heart-wrenching when that stuff does happen. And when it does happen, it is horrific and sad. And you're not sure it happened until a couple seconds later. But as you watch it and you see the scene taking place of that tragic thing happening, you know what's happened. And the emotional roller coaster ride to get there is intense, and it's fantastic. And before that moment, there's such a great team between those two working together that it just is so, you feel bad. You really do. You feel bad this loss, and you can't help but think, how the heck is he going to recoup from this? How the heck is he going to move on? So that is kind of at least the end point of this, where, wow, it leaves you on like, man, this is crazy. And man, it leaves you on a point where this could almost be movie 1 and 2 and you're done, but there's going to be a third and a fourth probably. And Mary Jane Watson will probably be a character in the next movie, and that'll be interesting to see how. In the original film series, you didn't have that callback to Gwen Stacy. She wasn't really a big character in that. And in this one, I'm going to be curious to see how they handle that. Will Peter be hesitant to date someone else after having that relationship with Gwen Stacy, and that outcome of her demise, her death? How will that be? That should be wild to watch. Now, one thing I disliked about this one was Harry Osborn, and when he was Harry Osborn, his hair just caught me as, wow, that is so cliche to have his hair do the comb over thing to make him look kind of dark and devious. But that was one of the things that just irked me a little bit about this. And the whole Harry Osborn and Green Goblin character, I guess in the end made sense. In the original series, Spider-Man killed the Green Goblin, which was, Harry's father. And in this one, it was more of, you're not helping me. Get Spider-Man's blood to turn me, to heal me, to save me from death. And that was a nice addition in this movie, that it was a genetic disease that killed Harry's father, and it's the same genetic disease that will kill him, and he's trying to find a cure for himself. And that cure was, in his mind, the spider venom. And to save himself, he had to become the Green Goblin, which cures him of the spider venom, but at the same time, he got messed up in the process. So it's a deeper character in my mind, this Green Goblin, than was in the original series. I do appreciate that. I'll be curious to see how it's pulled off in future, films. I wasn't even sure if he did in fact die. It was not the. It might have been conclusive. I might have missed over that because something else going on the screen at that very moment. But throughout this movie, you had this weird pull and give and pull from Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy as far as the relationship. Would she leave? Would she go off do her own thing? Would she stay? And there's moments that's like, wow, she went. This would have happened, and it really was a deeper movie than before, than the original movie for sure. And you had callbacks to Gwen's father. You had all sorts of just great moments in this movie. And the villain of this movie really did pull off well. He was a Spider-Man fanboy that got messed up in an electrical tank, kind of Joker style of the original 1990, 89 Batman, kind of that style of how he became that. And that villain, it worked. It was a cool villain to see, and overall, this was a fun movie, a sad movie, and one that fits so well, one to two, that I can't help but be excited to get that on iTunes so I can do that. Watch those back to back, because this is the ultimate. This movie ends, this movie picks up, and it just fits so well together. This is a full story, these two films together. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2, really fantastic, really well done. Go out in the theaters and watch this thing. And I am curious to see where they go next. I was very satisfied with this kind of conclusive ending, and it felt like an ending. It didn't feel like a cliffhanger, and I'm excited to see where they go from here. And it was odd that the end credits sequence was actually an X-Men kind of teaser and not a Spider-Man thing. So anyways, thanks for watching this movie impressions review video. Stay tuned for my other ones, and thanks for watching. Bye.